English through stories. Hi everybody, I'm back with a new moral story, and the name of the story is The Basket of Eggs, a tale from Egypt. Let's start. Musa really didn't like being poor. He lived in a small house in a small village next to the river Nile in Egypt. When there was work, he worked on farms, and when there was no work, he watched the water of the river Nile. Sometimes he dreamt that he was in a beautiful boat going slowly up to the river Cairo. He dreamt of a new life there, a big house, lots of money, beautiful clothes, and lots of food. One day, when there was no work and he was very tired of looking at the Nile, he thought, enough is enough. He decided to leave for Cairo and become rich. While he was walking down the street, he met his old friend Abdullah. Abdullah, I am so happy to see you before I go, he said. Before you go? Where are you going? Asked his friend with great surprise. I'm going to Cairo to become rich, replied Musa excitedly. How are you going to become rich? Asked his friend. I'm going to. Musa began, but he wasn't really very sure of his plan. Listen, Musa, said Abdullah, putting his hand on his friend's arm. I'm going to help you. Come with me. Abdullah pulled Musa down a little street and took him to Hafsha's house. In front of the house, there was a big garden with many chickens running around in it. Everyone knew that Hafsha's eggs were the best in the village. Good morning, Hafsha, said Abdullah. We need 200 eggs in a big basket. Why are we buying eggs? Asked Musa. With these eggs, you can go to the big market in Cairo. There, you will sell them for good money. Then, you'll buy something else and sell it in different places for more money. You'll buy and sell, and soon you will be rich. Then you will give me back the money for the eggs and perhaps a little more for helping you to start your business. Abdullah gave the eggs to Musa and they walked through more little street until they come to the Nile. They found a boat which was going to Cairo. Here is some money for the journey, and Cairo is waiting for you. Good food, beautiful clothes, all the things that you have ever dreamt about. Good luck, Musa. Come back rich, said Abdullah. Musa said goodbye to his friend and got on the boat. 20 minutes later, the boat left. In 2 hours, he would be in Cairo for the first time. A new life was waiting. Musa closed his eyes and tried to imagine that great city. Musa, where are you going with those eggs? Musa opened his eyes to see who was talking to him. It was Khalid, the baker's son. He was going to Cairo that day to sell his father's cakes there. Well, no, not really. I'm not going to sell eggs all my life, you know. I'm going to be much more than that. What are you going to do? Khalid looked interested. A man and his wife from their home village also looked at Musa, waiting to hear his answer. Musa was very happy to tell them about his dreams. Well, first I'm going to sell these eggs in the market. I bought them from Hafshas, so I'll get good money for them. Hafsha's eggs are the best in the village, said Khalid. That's true, said the man and his wife. Then I'm going to buy some beautiful material, said Musa. Some of the women sitting near looked at Musa when he said this. And what material is that? Asked one of them, means one of the women. Ah, the finest material that you can imagine. There are materials in Cairo that you can't find anywhere else. Materials that are made with really beautiful colors. I can't even tell you their names, said Musa. The women looked at each other. One of them closed her eyes, trying to imagine those colors. I'll be back to our village and sell this material, said Musa. All the women will want to buy some to make new clothes. So I'll make more money. Now all the women in the boat were listening to Musa. With this money, I'll buy a Eve and give her the best food to eat, said Musa. When he said that, a group of men looked at him. A Eve is a good animal to buy, said one of them. You must give her apples sometimes. Carrots are better, said another man in the group. My Eve will eat both apples and carrots, said Musa. Later she'll have two lambs. I'll sell the lambs and their mother, and then do you know what I'll buy? Now everyone in the boat was listening to Musa. Some said a cow, the others said a boat, and they said a camel. Then Musa said, no, a water buffalo, said Musa in a loud voice. Ah, yes, I see. From 200x to the water buffalo, that's a good business, said Khalid. Very good business, they all said. Musa stood up excitedly. When the water buffalo has a calf, I'll have two water buffaloes to sell, he shouted. And after I'll sell them, I'll be rich. And when I'm rich, I'll have a servant to work for me. All day I'll shout at him, do this, do that, quickly, run. And if he's slow, I'll give him a big kick like this. With that, Musa kicked the basket of eggs and it fell off the boat into the water of the Nile. 200 eggs went to the bottom of the river and Musa was left with nothing, only his dreams. And that's end. Do you all understood this story? I just wanted to give you a small summary of this story. This story is all about a Musa, a very poor man who was living in a small house near the river Nile. Every day he goes to work and do his work in the farms. When he has work, he'll do the work. When he has no work, he just sit in front of the river Nile and dreamt about something else. Once he was fed up with looking at the same river, he was just dreaming that why shouldn't I have a beautiful and a rich life? Once he was dreaming about he was in a big beautiful boat going slowly to Cairo. After that, he was dreaming of a beautiful life there, a big house, lots of money, beautiful clothes, and a delicious food on his table. Then he decided to go to Cairo to become rich. While he was coming along the street, he met his friend named Abdullah. After seeing him, he just shouted, Hey Abdullah, I'm glad to see you before I leave. Then his friend asked, Before you leave? Means where are you going? I'm confused. Just explain, just help me out. Then Musa said that I'm decided to go to Cairo and start my new business there and become rich. Then, after listening to Musa, Abdullah was very excited, very happy that he wanted to help him. That's why he took his friend Musa to Hafsha's house. Hafsha is a rich lady in that village who sells eggs, and everyone in the village knew that Hafsha's eggs are the best eggs in the entire village. So Abdullah asked Hafsha to give a basket full of 200 eggs, and he gave that baskets to Musa and asked him to go to Cairo and start your business. Later he advised him, after you sold these eggs, with that money you buy something else and sell at different places. In this way you have to buy and sell for some days. Then I'm sure you are going to become very rich. And when you return to our village, you just give my money back and perhaps you can give me more for helping you. Then Musa was very happy and he took his advice and moved to Cairo. When he sat in a boat, he was dreaming about a new life in Cairo. So that's why he just closed his eyes and dreaming about a new life there, new journey there. In the meanwhile, a man named Khalid asked Musa, "Where are you going with these eggs?" Khalid was the baker's son in his village. He was going to Cairo that day to sell his father's cakes there. Then Musa opened his eyes and said that no, I'm not going to sell these eggs for my entire life. I'm just doing this for this time. Then I have some other plan to do. Then all the members in the boat were excited. They took interest in Musa. Then Musa said, after I get money of these eggs, I'll buy some material which is very costly and it's a finest material of beautiful colors. Then the women sitting in that boat, they took interested and they wanted to hear more. Then he said that I'll come back with that material to our village and sell them. With that money, I'm going to buy a good animal Eve. Then I'll just feed him very well. Then after that, he will give me 2 lambs. Then I'll sell 2 lambs with her mother. Then I'll get much more money than before. Do you know what I'm going to buy next? Said Musa. Then everyone was listening to Musa. Then he said, I'm going to buy a water buffalo. By listening to this, Khalid said that from 200 eggs to water buffalo, it's really a great business, and everyone agreed to Khalid. Again, he said that water buffalo has a calf, then I'll have 2 water buffaloes to sell. In that way, I'll become rich. Then I just wanted to have a servant for me to do all my work for the entire day. And I can shout at him all the day, do this, do that. If he is late in doing so, I'll just give him a kick like this. He just stood up excitedly and show to everyone how he was going to give a kick. Accidentally, while he was showing, his leg touched that basket and the basket full of eggs fell off the boat and go down to the river Nile. At last, what happened? All his eggs washed away in water. Then nothing left for him but only his dreams. So, from this story, get a moral that we can think, we can dream a lot, and we have to work hard for that dream to come true. But we should not greedy. See, from this story, we get a moral that greediness will ruin all your plans and everything else. So, we should not be greedy in our life. So, thank you so much, guys, for listening to me till here. If you like this story, just hit the like button, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.